Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. NBA trade rumors, Wizards actively looking to move Kyle Kuzma. The Washington Wizards and Kyle Kuzma's near 4-year stint together is expected to come to an end before the trade deadline. The Washington Wizards are well on track to be one of the worst teams in the NBA, maximizing their chances of a high draft pick in the 2025 NBA draft. As the team is in a clear rebuild, 29-year-old forward Kyle Kuzma has become surplus to requirements. Now, the Wizards are reportedly looking to move on from him this winter, with Kuzma also eager to find a new destination, according to Mark Stein. The Washington Wizards are reportedly eager to find a trade partner for Kyle Kuzma before the NBA trade deadline on February 6, according to NBA insider Mark Stein. It is believed that Kuzma wants to leave the Wizards as they face a tough 4-22 season and look ahead to the loaded 2025 NBA draft. Kuzma is averaging 15.8 points and 5.6 rebounds in a down year, having missed the last 10 Wizards games due to a rib injury. While it might be a minor injury, the Wizards are better off keeping Kuzma away from playing time to maximize their chances of outpacing teams like the Utah Jazz and New Orleans Pelicans in the standings. Plenty of teams around the NBA should make a run at Kuzma as a 3-and-D forward with offensive versatility, even though he'll have to readjust to playing a winning role like the one he had for the Lakers in 2019-20. His role will be determined by whatever team he lands on. The Wizards forward hasn't been linked with many teams this season, but the Sacramento Kings have been one of the most commonly named teams when looking at Kuzma's destinations because he can fit their offensive style while being a better defender. Although this deal would likely involve moving off Keegan Murray, it might be the price the Kings have to pay. Teams like the Los Angeles Lakers, Miami Heat, and Golden State Warriors have been interested in the past and might view this opportunity as the perfect chance to add winning talent without breaking the back. Kyle Kuzma could have made a finals run last season as he refused to be traded to the Dallas Mavericks even after the franchise agreed on a deal with the Wizards for him. We don't know which team could land Kuzma, but Stein made it clear that the Mavs won't be one of those teams taking another swing at a potential Kuzma deal. Some rival teams at the G League Showcase inquired about the Dallas Mavericks possibly pursuing Kuzma, as they are exploring frontcourt upgrades, though this has been dismissed. The Mavericks need a backup power forward amid non-existent production from Maxi Kleber and Olivier Maxence Prosper at that spot. While Kuzma would be a major upgrade, it makes little sense for the Mavericks to make a deal sending real assets to the Wizards for a likely backup who won't be happy on the franchise. The Wizards can trade most of their roster if they want to, but have held on to winning players for seasons before slowly moving off them. While there might be a limited market for someone like Jordan Poole, Kuzma would be a solid get for various franchises in the NBA, just not the Mavericks. Jim Alexander, Jonas never turned sports heroes into masterpieces. Originally, he set out to be a college pitcher, before his shoulder gave out on him at UC Riverside. But the old adage that if you love what you do for a living it's not really work has turned out to be so true in his case, because he went from trying to paint the corners, in baseball terms, to painting walls, buildings, and canvases with sports art. And his work, the most prominent of which, early on, might have been his depiction of Dodgers pitcher Joe Kelly's pouty face, directed at then Houston Astros shortstop Carlos Correa during a 2020 game, on the outside wall of a Floyd's 99 barber shop in Silver Lake, has been part of an explosion of color, as it were, on murals with which he and a number of other artists have brightened Los Angeles. I ended up falling into a job doing murals for Floyd's, he recalled. But as they kept expanding, I said, I don't want to do the same subject matter over and over. And I realized that so many murals to that point in LA were like a pretty girl holding a skateboard, a kid holding a flower. Nothing felt really area-specific, except for some ones in Venice that felt dated. And I realized that sports and movies and TV shows that all took place out here and were on all the time were something that hadn't really been tapped yet in murals. So I started painting a lot of Karate Kid stuff in the valley, Point Break stuff in the beach cities, and then Dodgers stuff by the stadium, Lakers stuff by Staples Center. And I realized the area specificity of it, and the fact that I actually enjoyed what I was painting, really kind of got me a little niche market. And I just kept going. When we connected earlier this month, Never said he'd just started a new project today, so life's always crazy. That particular project involved his yearly association with the Genesis Invitational Golf Tournament at Riviera, in that case panels to represent the 100th anniversary of LA's annual PGA Tour stop and Tiger Woods' participation and host role, kind of a combination of all the different historical things that tie into the tournament, he said. These are officially commissioned works, dovetailing with his passions as a sports fan, visible on his Instagram page, at Never1959. He's done lots of Dodgers murals, including the Mariachi Joe depiction of, yes, Kelly in his mariachi jacket when the champion Dodgers visited the White House in 2021. That, Never said, was a last-minute project after a mural including Julio Urias had to be replaced. Never has also done multiple Lakers murals, most depicting the late Kobe Bryant. But he does have standards. I'd love to do a Kings wall, he said. The Kings are the team I'm missing the most. But, I just turned down a soccer team that's not the LA soccer team I cheer for. Hint, it's the one that recently won the MLS Cup. Lakers quietly linked to potential trade for $52 million star. The Los Angeles Lakers are among the three teams outside Jimmy Butler's preferred landing spots quietly mentioned in league circles as potential suitors, according to ClutchPoint's Brett Siegel. However, Siegel was quick to add that a Butler trade to the Lakers is nothing more than fan fiction at this point. Los Angeles doesn't appear to have the six-time All-Star on their radar, according to league sources. Instead, the Lakers are focusing their attention on adding frontcourt help and two-way wings next to LeBron, James, and Anthony Davis. Los Angeles does not want to bring in another hefty salary like Butler's at this juncture, Siegel wrote. While Butler could potentially add star power to the Lakers and form a new big three with Davis and James, it would also hamper their financial flexibility to surround them with a capable supporting cast to contend in the Western Conference. Butler has a $52.4 million player option for next season, which he is not inclined to pick up, per ESPN's Shams Charania. Butler is seeking a 2-year, $110 million extension from the Miami Heat, which they did not offer in the offseason. Charania reported Butler's preferred landing spots are either of the two Texas teams, Houston Rockets and Dallas Mavericks, along with the Golden State Warriors and Phoenix Suns. Those four teams crowd the Lakers' playoff chances in the Western Conference. A potential big three of Butler, Davis, and James would cost the Lakers more than $150 million, which undoubtedly would put them in the second apron filling out the rest of their roster with veteran minimum signings. Unless James declines his $52 million player option for next season and re-signs for a substantial pay cut next season, Butler in Lakers uniform in the immediate future would remain just a fan fiction. While the Lakers are expected to be active buyers as the February 6 trade deadline approaches, they are unlikely to make a splashy move. According to Jovan Buha of The Athletic, the Lakers are not anticipated to be heavily in the mix for Miami's Jimmy Butler, New Orleans' Brandon Ingram, or Chicago's Zach LaVine. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jerami Grant? Leave your opinion in the comments.